glad I didn't go first. That's hard to follow the farting preacher. I tell you what, man, my eyes are probably all red. I was crying, and man, I was laughing so hard I got like stomach cramps. Man, that was hilarious. Probably really good late night on a mission trip. Hey, if nothing else, go on a mission trip for that, huh? So hey, anyway, you know, teenagers are notorious for being a tough crowd for comedians. And, you know, I understand, man, I understand, you know, and I'm not the coolest cat in the club, so I thought, you know, I gotta do something to be more cool for you guys. I thought, you know, what am I gonna do as I come out here to be more cool? I thought, hey, what is more cool than getting a tattoo, right? Yeah, tattoos are really cool, so I thought, that's what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get a tattoo. And, you know, I was a little leery because tattoos, you know, look a little painful, and I'm not really big on pain. And I'll be honest with you, man, it was a little painful, especially at the point where it kind of snagged a hair. Man, right as I was pulling off that paper backing, man. And then on top of that, half of the butterfly's wing didn't even stick to my arm. I had to wash it off, start all over again, go through all that again. It's ridiculous. Hey, I have a serious question for you guys, a serious question. Do any of you guys have a problem with earwax? Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I have to clean my ears like every day. It is ridiculous. I have more wax than the Yankee Candle Company. And it's not just earwax. I mean, it's got this like thick black stuff. It like falls right out of my ear. It's like I'm mining or something. It's crazy. Seriously, one time I found a fleck of gold on my Q-tip. I've got like these big burly men with handlebar mustaches making claims on my inner ear. They're like, there's gold in them our ears. Like, no, it's earwax. Leave me alone. Hey, I got a new job recently. It's in construction, which I don't know why I took this job because I know nothing about construction. I mean, it is just not my thing. I feel ridiculous, but when I got this job, my boss, it's just me and my boss, so it's all right. He's nice. He kind of helps me out. So one day we are at a bank and we're putting a hole in the wall right next to a safe. Yeah, it's cool. It was after hours. Nobody was there. You know, we weren't bothering anybody. So we're putting this hole in the wall right next to the safe. And, you know, we get the wall, the hole cut out, and there's a 2x4, you know, where the wall was, stuck to the floor, and we got to get that board out of there because we're actually putting a door, and you don't want people tripping over it and stuff. So we got to get that 2x4 out of there. My boss, he's down, he cuts it, and he's yanking on, he's pulling on, he's like, man, I can't get it. He comes up exhausted, Trevor, I want you to give it a shot, and give some good old English. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'll give it a shot. So I go, loosen thyself from the floor which thou art fastened, board. And that didn't work. My boss is rolling around laughing. I feel like an idiot. You guys know what give some English means? It means put some oomph into it. Yeah, I learned that. I'm learning a lot of things. So another day, we're painting this wall, a 25-foot wall, huge wall. I'm on a ladder, a 24-foot extension ladder, all right? Painting this wall. I fall off the silly thing. I couldn't believe it. But I wasn't hurt. I wasn't hurt. Thankfully, I was only on the first rung. That's a free joke, you guys. And then, you know, the work is funny, and there's all kinds of funny things going on at work. You just gotta open your eyes, you know. And maybe at school if you gotta go to school or whatever, you know. But for me, work's funny. You gotta look around. One day I needed a dust mask, so I go and I grab this paper dust mask, and I'm getting ready to put it on. I notice there are words on the front of it, and it says, on the front of this dust mask, it says, warning, improper use of dust mask may result in death. I thought, how can you kill yourself misusing a dust mask? I mean, this guy installing it on the inside of his mouth, jokes on it. He's like, someone jumping out of an airplane, I can't find my parachute. Maybe this dust mask will work. I don't know how you misuse a dust mask and kill yourself. If you do that, you need a different occupation, I'd say. Of course, you'd be dead, so it wouldn't matter. Hey, I really like superheroes. I love watching superhero movies. It's like the only movies we rent, superhero movies. Always wanted to be a superhero. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a superhero, right? You're super and a hero. It's like the perfect combination. But you think about it, in real life, superheroes are kind of silly, really. I mean, some guy running around in spandex and plastic muscles. Like, what a weirdo. Hey, look at that guy with a cape and a pointy ear mask. Hey, fella, who are you anyway? I'm Batman. So, can you fly? No, I can't fly, no. All right, well, you have like sonar capabilities? No, I don't have sonar. But you're Batman. Yeah, I'm Batman. All right, well, I mean, do you like fruit? Yeah, I like apples. All right, cool. So maybe you're like Fruit Batman. And you know, these superheroes, they always live in these big cities with skyscrapers and bad guys who also have crazy powers. And I feel bad for these bad guys because they always get caught. And I'm thinking, why don't they just move? I mean, you know Spider-Man lives in New York City. Why don't you go to Dallas? Probably make there. There's no superheroes in Dallas. But then, you know, Spider-Man, New York City is great for a guy like Spider-Man because he's got all those skyscrapers. And Spider-Man's flying around, you know, all over the place. Or watch out, I'll fall off this. Spider-Man's flying all over the place, swinging from building to building. I thought, oh, that's great, if, you know, for living in New York City. But what if Spider-Man did not live in New York City? What if he lived somewhere like, I don't know, Grable? What would he do?
First of all, our rate is really low.
Man, I wish there were some bad guys around here or something. Caught a fly. Yeah, I guess I'll go swing around the grain bins or something. I don't know what he's gonna do. But you know, Spider-Man is really silly if you think about it. Peter Parker, Spider-Man, gets bit by a radioactive spider and then can shoot webs out of his arm. Have any of you guys saw a spider lately? That's not where the web comes out of. You know, if he was true to form, he'd be like, stop right there, Green Goblin. You know, another superheroes I like the X-Men. I love the X-Men movies, man. They're so cool. But the whole premise of the X-Men is that they got their powers through evolution. You know, they experienced a leap in evolution. And now they have these crazy powers. And, you know, you have to understand the theory of evolution to realize how ridiculous and silly the X-Men are. You know, evolution says that, you know, survival of the fittest. You know, we evolved so we can adapt to our surroundings and make life better for ourselves. You know, the gorilla, he evolved an opposable thumb, so now he can swing a hammer and build houses because he's tired of living in trees. Which is true, by the way. I mean, just ask any gorilla who is in the evolving state right now, and he will tell you he would love to own a house and pay a mortgage. The trick is finding one. Gorilla, that is. It's evolving. So back to the X-Men. You know, so the X-Men, they evolved, and they have these crazy powers, which are impractical and don't make any sense, really. Like there's one guy who can shoot fire out of his eyeballs, uncontrollably, you know, he has to wear special glasses. I thought, why would you evolve the ability to shoot fire out of your eyes with no control? It makes no sense. It's completely impractical and unuseful. Like, what is the future going to be like to where a man evolves the ability to shoot fire out of his eyes? That's crazy. And then there's this one movie, there's this bad guy, he's chasing Wolverine. You know, he's got wooden spears, like, growing out of his forearm. He throws them, and they just keep coming. And he's throwing them, like, why would you evolve the ability to grow wood out of your forearm? That makes no sense at all, and it's ridiculous. However, he and the Fire Eye guy would be able to survive a cold Alaskan winter. He'd be like, man, it's freezing. If only we had some firewood. Here you go. Excellent. Pew! It's ridiculous. You know, speaking of evolution, if it was true, how come I don't have wings on my back and wheels on my feet? Wouldn't that be a lot faster to getting around than walking everywhere? You think we would have evolved that by now? Hey, and listen, if you want to disprove evolution, I'll tell you a way to do it. There's a certain bug that you can bring up, and he will disprove evolution. It's called the bombardier beetle. I don't know if you've ever heard about this guy, but I'll tell you about it. The bombardier beetle. What he has 2 chambers in his abdomen, and each of these chambers contains a separate gas. And when he is threatened, these 2 gases combine in a 3rd chamber, which produces a fire that he then shoots out of his bottom. I'm serious. You can Google it. That's true. And, you know, he had to be made this way because of his through evolution. Through trial and error, he would have blown himself up. Thus, he wouldn't exist. But I look at that bug and I think, now there would be an awesome superpower. Who are you? I'm Bombardier Beetle Man. Stand back, villainous villain. I just ate burritos. Hey, he and Spider-Man would make a great team, don't you think? Hey, thanks a lot. That's all I got. You guys are great. Thanks. God bless.